Okay, it's a great time for a road trip. We're going to be talking a lot about Route 66 because, of course, it turns 100 this year. One of the coolest places to relive its history is tucked right inside NAU's library up in Flagstaff. I stopped by for a look back at Arizona's Mother Road. Sorry, we do not have any vacancies right now. I can tell you to check in Williams. Maybe you'll have more luck there. Thank you so much. Oh, hi. I am at the interactive portion of an exhibit called Echoes of the Open Road here at NAU. This is the interactive part of the exhibit. I'm with student curator Kaylin. Tell me about this exhibit.
Absolutely. Route 66 turns 100 years old in 2026, and so here at NAU we really wanted to celebrate it by putting together this exhibit showing how it came to be such an important road and how it eventually got bypassed and experienced a revival, how important that was to the state of Arizona.
Well, behind you are 8 license plates that represent the 8 states through which Route 66 passes, but Arizona has the largest stretch.
Yes, Arizona has the largest continuous stretch of Route 66 remaining, and in about the 1970s would have been when the main bypass happened.
How does being on Route 66 impact a town?
It's super important to transportation, to tourism. Being on Route 66 gave people, especially in the earlier years of the highway before I-40, an opportunity to find a place to stop, to rest, and it gave the people of those towns the ability to cater to them and start businesses that really met their needs. Motels, restaurants, gas stations, garages. It meant that really massive industries and communities started rising up around these really oftentimes small rural communities.
Right, because gas mileage was different. Like you had to stop every 20 or 30 miles.
You had to stop much more frequently, yes, between towns, and especially if that made gas stations important, it meant that garages would have been further apart. So stopping and making sure that the car was all right before you moved on was really important, especially on those long road trips.
Well, this is the interactive portion of the museum, and you've told me a lot of people actually like to sit in here and study, which they're allowed to do, but there are actually photographs and artifacts somewhere else. So I'm going to talk to your colleague about some of his favorite artifacts. Hold on. Yep. No vacancy. Yeah, try Williams. Okay, thanks, bye. What are a few of your favorite artifacts and images from this exhibit?
So one of my favorite images from the exhibit is there's a picture of a runner on Route 66. It was taken in 1928. And the picture is of what's called C.C. Pyle's International Transcontinental Foot Race.
I know about this.
Yes. So this foot race was used to promote Route 66 back in 1928 because no one really knew about the road. And it shows him running near Flagstaff on this dirt road. The runner's name, Andy Payne. He's from Foyle, Oklahoma. And it just shows the primitive of the road back then. Most of the roads back then were dirt. And the fact that we have his picture as the winner is just kind of remarkable for us. So it was a very special photo that we have in our exhibit.
What else?
Another photo that I like is one of a picture of a 1920s vehicle driving through the petrified forest. And again, it shows the primitiveness of the road back then, and it gives a sense of the adventure that was Route 66 in those days. It's not what you see today with an interstate and all paved roads. Route 66 in the late 20s and early 30s was quite the opposite.
So you might stop in Holbrook to experience the petrified forest.
Correct, yes. And a lot of people from the Midwest, from the East Coast in those days, the Southwest was still considered very exotic. So it was definitely a sense of adventure to come out to the Southwest and experience.
To this day, there's a global fascination with Route 66. Why?
Sure. So I interviewed a journalist from England one time. She was a journalist for a motorcycle magazine, and I asked her that same very question. And she had told me that because we don't have it, that openness of the desert and the sense of adventure of the American West, I think that's what fascinates a lot of people about the Southwest United States, northern Arizona, and Route 66.
And the vibe of this room that we're sitting in, mid-century, the 50s, there was an optimism, and I think people enjoy hearkening back to that.
They certainly do. So we acquired many of the pieces in here from various places to try and emulate that American spirit.
And we're here at NAU, which is one of only 2 universities right on Route 66. But for people who can't get here, what's a way to experience Echoes of the Open Road?
One thing you can do is go to our website here at NAU. You can go to NAU Cline Library's website. We actually have an online portion of the exhibit, which echoes a physical exhibit. You can just go on to special collections, and then you'll see exhibits in the menu, and from there you can see where our exhibit is.
Thank you so much. But of course, what you should do is get in your car and hit the open road, take Route 66, and end up right here at NAU. Thank you so much.
Welcome.